What's up, fight fans? This is JD of BBTV News with a quick news update. Y'all know I got to give y'all the latest and greatest news in the sport of boxing. With that being said, man, let's talk about the latest buzz around a bout that we may possibly get in the near future, and that is one between King Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. Now, Rolly Romero, by a lot of accounts, a lot of fans feel like he was gifted a decision, which he was, with a bad stoppage by Tony Weeks. And so he ultimately did end up getting the victory over Barroso. So he technically has a win after the Tank fight, but a lot of people are real skittish on whether he really deserved, the victory in that bout, or should he be mandated to give Barroso another shot. Now, in the lead up to that fight, I will say that Rolly Romero did hint at something huge being in the works, but he didn't want to divulge, on what fight he had his sights set on next. And it sounds like his sights were set on King Ryan Garcia and making a Garcia versus Romero bout. That would be a collaboration between Golden Boy and PBC yet again. Now, King Ryan Garcia over this past weekend did come out on Twitter and he confirmed that he has received some interest, from the Romero camp about possibly making that fight between the two of them. Now, you got King Ryan Garcia, who's coming off of the knockout loss to Gervonta Tank Davis, and you have Rolly Romero coming off of a win, but albeit a very controversial win that a lot of people feel was a robbery over Barroso. So you have two figures, in the sport of boxing who are coming off of a loss and a controversial win, and also very entertaining in the sport. So I think what they're really trying to do at this point is they're trying to throw a feeler out there to the fans to see, would there really be any interest in a Ryan Garcia versus a Rolly Romero bout? So would fans really pay to see that bout between the two of them, with Ryan not back in the winner's column just yet, especially at the 140-pound division, and with, Romero probably needing to go back and, get in the win column himself. But they're throwing that out there to see, how would fans feel about, a fight between the two of them. It definitely would be a very lucrative fight. They both are highly entertaining. I can only imagine with Ryan Garcia's fan base on Instagram and the followers and the supporters that he has, along with his endorsements, that, it'd be a very exciting fight. You got Rolly Romero on the flip side that is highly entertaining. Ever since he got the opportunity from Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis to get into the ring with him, that his star power has risen out of nowhere. So, this is a prize sport, where fighters are trying to make the most money, at the end of the day. And this is a fight that would make a lot of money. Now, with that being said, man, we'll see if they really sign on the dotted line. As of right now, nothing is officially confirmed or set, but undoubtedly they are definitely in negotiations and in talks to make a bout with each other. Now, if you're Ryan Garcia, I will say you gotta sprint to this fight with Rolly Romero, and mainly you have to get to this fight because even though Romero didn't deserve that stoppage that he got against Barroso, you have Rolly Romero, who right now is a 140-pound title holder. So if you got Ryan Garcia, who, is no longer fighting at 135, looking to go up to 140, he immediately, that quick, could have a 140-pound title if he can get in there and knock off a Rolly Romero. So, even though they both are coming off of a loss and a controversial victory, this would be a title fight at 140, which would also add a lot of intrigue because you would get Ryan Garcia with his star power able to snag a 140-pound title, which would ultimately add much, much more mega fights on the horizon for Ryan Garcia. So, let's see what happens. You got, Shakur Stevenson, calling Rolly Romero the biggest fraud in boxing, and that Floyd Mayweather and them really put him in good position, but he really has no talent. A lot of people are skeptical of Ryan Garcia's talent, even though, he's shown a lot. But let us know, fans, in the comments, what do you think about a Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero bout? Who would you have? Who would you have favorite, man? Let us know if that's a fight you even want to see. Or do you think both of them need to get back, in the good graces of fans, with Ryan getting the victory and with Rolly Romero really showing, that he can get a legitimate victory without, a robbery that he got against Barroso. But let us know what you think in the comments. Again, as always, man, this is JD of BBTV News. Till next time, I'm out.